light. A man of the cloth. A man with a direct line to God. A man of celibacy.
Whoa, wait, were we supposed to do you this week?
I'm your host, Pariah.
And I'm your host, Lovax.
And this is Card Composers. Tell him who today's card is, X.
Well, he's the head of the Roman Catholic Church. It's the Pope.
Last week we started with you, so this week we're starting with me. My Pope card is the Pope.
Oh, how original.
Well, I mean, he's the Pope. There's a lot. There's been so many popes. I couldn't just pick one. It's like a potato chip.
Even though they're all different.
You can't just pick one. So, I just went for a generic, the Pope.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of the chips we've had lately, one has been more than enough.
Oh, well.
That cucumber chip was gross.
The cucumber chip was delicious.
Ugh.
Does not hold a candle to the Atabatas chip, though. Holy shit. It's the best chip I've ever had. We need to take Mexico.
Well, we already started with the Gulf of America.
Oh, yeah, the Gulf of America, and then we just need, like, the northernmost half of Mexico, and then Lay's will have an economic reason to start putting Atabatas chips in the U.S. And I put a quote from one of the popes in, so you could say it's Pope John Paul II. Oh, well.
As usual, your legendary character is just blah blah.
Well, whatever. It could be any pope. The Pope is all of us, really. I feel like the Pope is every man.
I do like the simplistic name. It reminds me of old magic, where I'm like, oh, look at this, summon legend.
Oh yeah,
the Pope.
He's a legend. What else is he? Nope, just a legend.
Just a legend, and he's a 5/4 for 7.
Oh, yeah.
Some,
with 3 different colors.
Unplayable. The good old days.
He's a legendary creature, mythic, human elder cleric. Other clerics you control get +2/+2. Non-cleric creatures you control have tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. And he's a 1/1.
Well, I mean, I like that he's a cleric. I'm not really sure why he gives you mana of any color. Could you explain that ability?
Well, he's not giving you the mana of any color. It's the practitioners of the faith. People tapping themselves to get in the prayer position. And then they give their hopes and dreams, their wishes, sometimes their money, like that would be green mana. Sometimes people have good prayers, which are like white, and some people have bad prayers, which are like black-red, which you never know, because it's all in their head. They pray for whatever they want, and they add a little bit of that juice to your mana pool.
Well, why doesn't it give you a mana that's the color of the creature then? Wouldn't that be more white appropriate than this very green ability?
The Pope is for everybody.
Well,
no matter what color you are, the Pope is for everybody.
Even if you're blue, huh?
Yeah, even if you're blue.
Him being a 1/1 is
actually, I'm surprised they didn't make it at least a little bit blue, because I imagine he'd have to be super studied on the faith, make it up to like Popehood.
Probably. I mean, this card's not bad in a cleric deck, obviously getting +2/+2 to everyone else.
Yeah.
And being able to tap your non-cleric creatures. I'm confused, because obviously I wouldn't run this in a cleric deck, because then I would lose the bottom ability. But I would want clerics, or I can't use the top ability.
Here's the thing. If you have like a mostly cleric deck, let's say I got this other card that would work really good for this because it makes like a shit ton of non-clerics.
This is a lot of effort when there's a lot better cards you could run for.
Well, it's more like oh man, he's not a cleric. He's not getting the buff. Doesn't matter. All can help the clerichood. Just need a little bit of donations.
No, I like the flavor of it. I'm trying to think. The flavor's good. But mechanically, I can't imagine what deck I would run this in. Because it would have to have a balance of clerics and not clerics. So, I mean, the mana is going to be good. But I think I'd rather have creatures get +2/+2.
I would say, think of it this way, too. Have you ever seen any really giant clerics? Well, actually, no. There's that one that's a 2/7, I think. That gives all other creatures... you can pay a white or a black. Extortion. Yeah, that gives all the clerics extort.
You know what I would probably do with this card? Not that you asked. Is I wouldn't make it legendary.
I thought about that, but
because there's been more than one pope anyway.
There has been. Well, there's been one time where there were like 2 popes at the same time.
Yeah, if you got rid of the legendary, this guy would be pretty great.
He would be, honestly. It would be a little. I personally feel like it might be a little. I feel like it might be a little too much.
Nowadays, you pay what? A Lord used to be 3 for a 2/2 that gave you +1/+1 and usually something else. You're paying triple of the color for a 1/1 that gives you +2/+2 and then a mana ability that's not useful if they don't match your creature type.
Well, shoot. Think of it this way. Say you don't run any other clerics. Then all of a sudden, all of my creatures tap for mana.
I mean, there's probably better ways to do that.
I don't know. I say this.
I mean, you're running a you can tap for any color mana, but obviously you're running a mono white deck. He's triple white. What?
No, No.
What
you're not
deck
running
is
a mono.
he in?
You're not running a mono white deck. Oh shit, you are. Well, no. If you're playing Commander, you gotta run a mono white deck.
Ew,
But-
I'm not playing Commander.
But if you're playing this in a regular deck, all you need to run are never mind. All you need to run is splashes of other things.
There's no
There's
no deck to run this
You
in,
could
Brian.
run colorless creatures. You could run colorless creatures, and they can give you the mana you need for like anything
Oh, I
else.
understand. So
Yeah.
I'm going to run an Eldrazi deck, and instead of using green, I'm going to use white
Yeah,
for the lulz.
yeah. And well, you could and you know how some of the Eldrazi are devoid, but they still have colored mana costs.
And they don't get +2/+2. So this is the whole point of this card. Then is just to let my creatures tap for a color.
Yeah,
mana.
like I can hear.
Which there are way better ways to do.
Could you not see it now? Pope Drazi deck. I could see it at a major tournament. Oh yeah, David Garrigan's running Pope Drazi.
I think there's a lot of other things I would rather do.
I don't know.
This card does a lot of things, but none of them work with each other, so it's very confusing. Because I can tap for any color but white, but I need a lot of white to play him. And my creature can't be a cleric, which I want them to be, and he's a cleric.
No matter what your creature is, it's still useful. The Pope finds use for all.
He's like a jack of all trades, and certainly not a master of any.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you like
Because your
to
deck
have,
is going to be mono white.
sometimes you like to jack all
He costs
trades.
triple white.
Yeah, but you know how hard is it to have triple white in a game of
Hard.
Magic these days? Yeah, I probably could have splashed a little blue.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because I didn't end up with your monstrosity hybrid mana cost here. We just have a nice, easy triple white. Like my John Cena card from a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
He's the same as the Pope in terms of casting.
Alrighty, on to the next card.
All right, so my Pope card is Pope Urban II. He is a white and a hybrid white-black. Legendary creature, human cleric. Rare. 1/3. He has 3 abilities. Whenever a player commits a crime, they get a sin counter.
Oh my god. I can't believe I didn't do crime.
Ah.
Actually, I can believe it because it was like in one set, but the crime is very flavorful.
Yeah, at the beginning of the end step, if a creature you control attacked an opponent, you lose a sin counter. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, they lose 1 life for each sin counter they have.
All right, that sounds kind of counterintuitive to like him being like a pope. Why do you lose sin counters for attacking?
Because they granted indulgences for the crusade.
Oh!
He in particular did. That was one way to get forgiven for your sins, was to fight for your Holy Land.
Oh. You do pay. You know, you could also pay for it too, right?
Yes, you could pay. You could pay money usually to be absolved of your sins or whatever. But the original Crusades, he was the Pope, and he proposed. That's when they attacked and tried to reclaim Jerusalem. So you can lose sin counters, but your opponent can't because you have the Pope on your side.
Because only that Pope's giving out indulgences.
So you and I are both committing crimes, targeting things, and we're both getting sin counters. But only my creature lets me absolve those sin counters.
This would definitely be something I run on, especially in a. I guess the only way to survive the ability is to target the Pope.
Yeah.
And then hope that they don't cast the Pope again.
Or protect him somehow. I mean, he can't protect himself. You could just, Doomblade him or something. Let's see, I thought his ability was fairly flavorful.
One of my favorite mechanics was playing an enchantment that it's make sure he loses a life each turn, and then just not having to do anything.
All right, let's see your support card.
All right, you're going to love this. The Priest Shuffle. A white, a black, and a green for an enchantment. Rare. Whenever a cleric you control deals damage to a creature with lesser power, you may exile it. If you do, search your library for a land, reveal it, and put it onto the battlefield. All right, thoughts on the card?
I understand the card.
So do I. Any questions on the card? Do you
Nope.
want me to explain what this card means?
I'd rather you didn't.
Okay. On to the next card.
All right, so my support card is the Pope Mobile.
The Pope Mobile, no. I'm not going to win.
It's a colorless and double white artifact vehicle, rare, 4/4. Has indestructible, and says creatures used to crew this vehicle gain indestructible until end of turn. Crew 2.
I don't know. This one's just so great. I forgot the Pope Mobile was even a thing. It's like I don't have cable anymore. So it's like
Who does?
Pope's driving around again.
An excuse to make another vehicle card. I did. I
yeah.
haven't had one since Cybertruck.
And it is a very holy vehicle for double white.
Yeah, Mercedes. Is that a Mercedes? Cut me saying that's a Mercedes.
I
know what that is.
don't know what the triangle part is.
I never knew.
I recognize the symbol, but I wouldn't be able to tell you.
cruising around, protected from evil, taking a drive in his
Leave in where I called that a Mercedes.
Oh, it is a Mercedes.
Yeah, you know, when I think of Mercedes, I think of a propeller. Obviously,
What?
I don't own a Mercedes.
Oh no, a lot of car companies will also make boat propellers.
So, any comments, complaints on this card?
Yeah, I have no complaints. This is just like it's just like such a wholesome card. Honestly, I feel like you could have made this a little stronger and also legendary because there's only one Pope Mobile.
No, there's not.
Oh, there's not.
Nope, they've had a lot.
Ah.
I was scared. See, I was scared it was too strong. But I'm like, if you
Oh,
got to
no,
crew
this
it.
is perfect. You got to crew it for 2. So you play this and you got no other creatures. Great, you got an indestructible artifact that does nothing. I can get that for free. I can pay 0 and have an indestructible artifact that does nothing.
That's true. That's true. You can just keep saving your creatures by crewing it as long as you have at least 2 power.
I would say, no, that would just make it a little complicated. But I would say, whenever this vehicle is crewed, target creature gains indestructible. Because, I mean, the Pope ain't driving it.
Yeah, but he's in it.
Yeah, he's in it. But someone else is crewing it.
I mean,
technically.
Does crewed necessarily mean they're the driver? Or they're just in it? If
I
you and
just-
I get in a car, we're both crewing it. If we're both crewing a boat, I'm not sailing it. I could just be sitting there.
I would say, I would say that the analogy works a lot better for ships. My analogy works a lot better for ships.
All right, if I crew
Or
this...
no, whenever, like, yeah, if there's like a lot of people on a ship, you need like what, like at least 3 people to sail a big ship.
You know, a member of the crew on the ship is the cook. Is he driving the boat?
No, probably not.
All right, then.
Oh yeah. And then you do have to be in it to get the indestructible.
Yeah.
So he would have to be tapped too, because
he's crewing it.
Yeah, because he's inside. What I can't imagine the Pope pulling out some Uzis. And it's like, where are my indulgences?
The glass is bulletproof anyway, so I don't imagine he wants to shoot from inside.
I think you can. I think only one side of bulletproof glass is bulletproof.
No, I didn't know that. Oh, it's because it's a film on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that would
I
make
think from
sense.
the
Why do it
inside
on
you
both
can
sides?
shoot out, but from the outside you can't shoot in.
No.
If it's bulletproof glass. Now, if it's like solid acrylic, wherever Yujiro Hama bursts his face through, it's
Who?
Oh, sorry. Out of the way reference. For a later episode, perhaps.
Probably.
Yeah, no, unless it's like a solid chunk of whatever. I think most bulletproof glass is only bulletproof from one side. Also, it expires.
What is it, like the film peel off?
I guess the film like loses its the chemical potency and then it just expires.
Huh.
I don't know if it's just reduced effectiveness or just like no effectiveness, but yeah. When I worked at a gas station, someone said, "Yeah, that bulletproof glass is definitely expired by now." I was there when it was installed.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm just like, "Oh, great. Well, luckily I didn't get shot while working there." Well, that's our show for today. Questions, comments, concerns? Let us know at P.O. Box below this video. And tell us which card you think was best in show. Tell me, Axe, which card do you think was best in show?
No, the Pope Mobile, it's obvious. It's the best card here.
I would have to agree, but I would say Pope Urban II is a very close second.
Well, thanks. So you're saying I got first and second place?
Yeah, this was a total blowout.
Hey. I gotta make up for you winning Bloodborne. I'm still ashamed. One of the greatest video games of all time.
That's pretty good. It's no Dark Souls 3. It's no Elden Ring.
Well,
It's no Dark Souls 1.
wow.
I like Dark
It's
Souls.
certainly better than Dark Souls 1 or Elden Ring.
All right. Got any hints for next week's episode, X?
Not now, Pariah. I'm fiddling around with this cool puzzle box I found. I'm not sure how it works.
Where did you get it?
Some old guy gave it to me.
Oh.
Oh, wait. There it goes.
Oh, damn.
You just turn this little part here, and... Oh, there we go.
Oh, shit, you solved it.
Oh!